Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at the Corum Admiral's Cup Minute Repeater Tourbillon. You can see this one of 15 titanium minute repeater tourbillon on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with details of pricing, accessories included, and of course, complete high-resolution images. Now, this watch, previewed in 2009 and released in 2010, ranks among the most complex and exquisitely crafted ever produced by Corum of La Chaux-de-Fonds. In partner with its high horology consultant Fabrique du Temps of Genève, Corum has created a minute repeater of exquisite quality, as well as a tourbillon and a 3-day power reserve in the unmistakable profile of the brand's iconic dodecagon, the Admiral's Cup case. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that the watch actually wears very much like a conventional 45 millimeter Admiral's Cup. In every respect, the proportions are exactly what we've come to expect from the pre-2013 case profile, which is to say, back when the case profile truly was 12-sided. This was the quintessential Admiral's Cup look. 12 sides to the bezel, 12 sides to the case, 12 sides to the nautical pennant style rayhot of the dial. It wears quite easily on my wrist. Although 16 centimeters in circumference and matched against a 45 millimeter case, the watch is titanium, so it's nice and light and wieldy. It's also remarkably slim for such a complex watch. Only 14.5 millimeters in thickness. This one actually sits quite low on the wrist, and in combination with the domed sapphire and domed bezel, it's easy to slide this one under a tight sleeve or a formal cuff. Now, from lug to lug, the watch has substantial proportions, but not outlandish proportions. 52 millimeters from lug to lug. This one does fill up the wrist, and if you have a big wrist, it's a good match. It's also a good match, though, if you're a little bit slight of forearm, as I am. And you can see that although it has conforming strap ends, which is to say there's no gap between the flank of the case and the end of the strap, it does jut straight down, thrusting down around the tighter curve of a smaller wrist. It's actually quite compatible, and I would say with a smaller wrist down to 15 centimeters in circumference. Now, the nice thing about the strap is that it's of high quality. Rectangular scale black alligator leather. It's matched on the bottom by a very supple calf skin. Now, the buckle itself is a little bit of a refreshing change. In the realm of high horology, it's a beautifully crafted, Corum signed, and multifaceted pin buckle. So for on-the-fly adjustments, this is a sports watch after all, one that can be worn in formal and informal occasions. You can quickly size it to accommodate changes in temperature or changes in activity. Even the strap minder is thoughtfully integrated. As it's a single strap minder for the entire strap, it's also fixed in position so it doesn't have the unseemly quality of sliding around and coming undone. But it is the case and the dial and that movement beneath that truly define this watch. Now, as I mentioned, it was previewed in 2009, and essentially, even then, the watch was declared to have been built around its movement, and you can see the smoked sapphire of the dial. All of the applied elements seem to float above it. Now, you can see the tourbillon is the centerpiece, but everything about the movement is exquisitely finished. Again, Fabrique du Temps and Corum have spared no expense. 29 jewels, 319 parts. The repeater tourbillon combination takes 140 hours to assemble and to tune. Now, what you can see that's unique about this watch is that the tourbillon itself features a combination of a silicone pallet and a silicone escape wheel. Operating unlubricated, not only does it reduce the rotating mass of the tourbillon assembly, but it also bodes well for the longevity of this watch and its performance between servicings. And now you can see the pallet and the escape wheel are moving into view once again. You can see that iridescent blue-purple color of them. Now, everything about the dial is exquisitely finished, from the applied white gold elements of the hour indices and the modified, heavily loomed Dauphine-style hands at center, to the finishing of the bridge of the tourbillon. When you turn the watch over, you get a full sense of the Corum caliber CO010. Now, as mentioned earlier, it is a 3-day power reserve, hand-wound. Everything about this watch is finished to a higher standard than your typical Corum movements, which are well done from a mechanical finish standpoint, but perhaps don't
vie with the highest of the high horology houses like Audemars Piguet, Alonga Unsuna, Vacheron Constantin. This movement assuredly does. Now, with a new retail price of $315,000, you really do expect to get it all with this watch, with absolutely no compromises in engineering, finish, or function, and indeed that is the case. You can see all of the bridges feature exquisite mirror-polished anglage. There is a gorgeous and nuanced, let me see if I can get it in the light, textured Côte de Genève sort of pattern across the bridges, and it is continuous between them. Its grain is deep and its texture is rich. Now, all of the screw heads are beautifully polished. Their slots have been chamfered, and they do have the same quality of chamfer around their circumference. You can also see the black polished minute repeater hammers in the upper part of the screen, and you can see them in action when the bezel is turned gently clockwise. It's an exquisite repeater, and thanks to the titanium case and the cathedral gongs, it has incredible resonance, volume, tone, and sustain. This is one of the best examples of a repeater and a tourbillon, and for that matter, a Corum's Admiral cup that you'll find. If you like something that's just a little bit off the beaten path, undeniably world-class high horology, and a grand complication to boot, this Corum Admiral's Cup Minute Repeater Tourbillon can be yours on our website, watchyouwant.com.